Today we're tasting Black Cherry Hooch. Hi, I'm Brian.
I'm Derica, and you're watching City Steading Brews. Today we're tasting Black Cherry Hooch, aka Black Cherry Wine. This we did back in December 9th, 2018.
That's when it was bottled. I think it was actually started much earlier than that, like maybe August or September. So it's already been aged for a little bit over a year in the bottle.
And this is February 2020.
Yeah, the end of February, as a matter of fact. So we're going to give this a try. All right. If you did not see the making of this, I believe there's a series. There was probably a racking video and all that. Probably an initial tasting. The links will be below. You might even see the cards pop up here too. We like to do that. That way you can go along with us if you want to. The first thing is don't mind the bottle because we just reuse them and stick a piece of masking tape on there because we're all kinds of high class around here. Firstly, that color is actually really cool. I know this juice. It's from Aldi. It's actually their Black Cherry Plum or something like that. It's very dark red, and in all honesty, it's mostly Akonia berry and apple, which is probably why when we first tried this, we didn't like it very much because apple takes a while to age. We've learned with some other apple wines and ciders that we've made that after a year, they became really nice.
I'm going to take the first taste.
Based on the smell, I smelled a lot of good fruit. A little bit of ethanol, fruitiness almost still. But I get a nice fruit is the best way to say it. It's not really anything I can decipher as a specific fruit.
I attribute any oddness to it being primary apple. We've done many other apple fermentations before, and we know that apple sometimes produces some funk.
I smell apple. I smell apple on this now. So like green apple.
Taste. I'm gonna let Brian taste it first. The taste, the first thing I get is that fruity sweetness.
Oh,
It's not a sugary sweetness, it's a fruity sweetness.
I taste the cherry though.
So after that initial fruity sweetness, it goes into that alcohol punch where it's kind of here. Let's sample again, shall we? For science.
I had a slightly different experience. I'll let you finish, and then I want to explain what I felt.
It's a combination of the sensation of alcohol and that little bit of tartness acid combo, kind of a citrusy. But the cherries have a tartness to them too, so it might be that. That difference from the original fruit sweetness.
So different. All right.
Is what I get. But then that goes away, and we're back to a nice, clean finish.
This is so different from what it tasted like when we first made it. When we first made it, I was like, this is not good. It's just not good. Now I would say this is very good. This is quite nice.
Yeah.
What I get initially is that fruit sweet, sugary, almost candy-like sweetness on the beginning, even though this is not terribly sweet. It's actually on the dry side. It's also 10.2% alcohol, so it's not super high ABV. I'm not getting ethanol, okay? To me, this tastes like a fruit punch, and what I'm getting is a bit of apple. I get a lot of the plum. Like if you've ever had a plum wine, that note is in here. I totally get that. A little bit of cherry, but it's almost on the finish, not in the middle. So I'm getting like almost a candy sweetness, then I'm getting the fruitiness, and then I'm getting that plum on the end. There's almost no bitterness to it. It's got a decent mouthfeel and body, though. It's got some weight to it. It's actually really, really nice.
We're both getting some different experiences from this, and I think I'm going to attribute that to what your brain does when it's trying to decipher the flavors of alcohol.
Yeah.
When tasting any type of alcohol, your brain is going to go, okay, I remember this sensation, and I'm going to say that's what this is because I really can't have a direct description of what you're sensing. So I'm not really getting the plum so much. I'm getting more of the fruity sweetness going to kind of an acidy, alcohol-y, and then a clean,
so I'm not getting the acidic,
clean palate.
The acidity there.
Where he's getting more plum notes and stuff. And I think
it's just all sweet and friendly.
I think it's just our brains deciphering things differently.
On different days, you'll taste different things too, like depending on what you ate, you know, that sort of thing.
We just finished lunch prior to this, but we ate the exact same things.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't.
It's unusual. Usually we actually pretty much taste the same flavors in something. I'm not tasting the alcohol in this at all. Like this, I could drink the whole bottle before I realize there's alcohol in it.
But the similarity that we are getting in this is that we're both enjoying it, and that's key. That's important because
we're also both getting the fruitiness up front and the sugary up front. The sweet
and fruit,
I'm still trying to find the acidity. I mean, I guess I'm tasting a little bit of acidity. I'm kind of getting it more as a tannin, though.
Maybe that's it. It's changed from the sweetness. I lose the sweetness, and it goes to something else, and so maybe that's why my brain is saying...
No, you're right. It's acidity. There is a little bit of acidity there. Almost a bitterness, but not quite bitter.
But it's not, you know how some alcohols have that lingering end
finish?
Yeah,
this doesn't.
This doesn't. This has a nice clean finish, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah. As a fruit wine, this is lovely. This is very nice. We're going to start drinking this. I think we still have another bottle of it.
I have to take one more drink for
Go
science.
ahead and finish it. But yeah, if you haven't seen this video, you haven't made this stuff, go there. It is Aldi's Black Cherry Plum juice. Real simple. It's just that, sugar and yeast, but we give the whole recipe in the video.
If I was going to pair this with food, I would pair it with chicken or seafood. It's more on the rosé or white wine side, I would say, than a...
very much like a rosé, I would say. Even Moscato meets rosé would be a great way to describe it, because it's got the fruitiness, but it also has the sweetness. So that's all we got for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.